Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Oh sorry, just wobbling, just wanted to move something off of my tripod. Guess what we're doing today? We are dyeing papers. Yes, we are. We're dyeing literally everything. So I've got, look at all this. I mean, we're not going to do all of it. Otherwise this is going to be a long video. Yeah, so we're not going to do all of it. I'm going to do a selection of what I've got, but so I just grabbed a few of everything. So this is going to be, I don't know how long this is going to be because it's a lengthy process, I'm not going to lie, but I will edit as much as I can. And I will try not to waffle. So yeah, so it should be okay. So let's get on with the things we're gonna need. So first off, paper, anything paper. I have got book pages of different textures. I've got envelopes. I've got music paper. I've got matte photo paper. I've got invoice paper, ledger paper, just photocopier paper. I've got business cards. I've got vintage exercise book paper. I'm even going to try these. You wouldn't have seen my haul yet by the time this video goes up. So you get a little bit of a sneak peek. So I've got these envelopes, but they feel like they're the same material, or paper, should I say? Not material, are they? Paper that Barbara used to wrap my stuff in. So I'm hoping we're going to get some really cool effects off these. So I've got those, and I've got the white ones as well. Some more paper, some tickets, some of the paper that Margaret gave me, and the grid paper and more music paper. Ledger paper because, well, let's have a look. The Braille paper. And then I just picked this up, and this has just got loads of bits and pieces in. So, yeah, let's have a good old play and experiment. I was just finding a place for the paper, and I don't know how long it's going to stay there because it's on a bit of a slant, but fingers crossed. Right. Other materials that we need, not materials, other products. A water spray. Now, you can use your distress sprayer, but you will be there forever because it's for like direct. So, and we want to saturate. So, yeah, water sprayer, gloves, definitely gloves. I also have a mixture of fabrics as well that I'm going to see if they can dye, because we are using acrylic inks today, so that they should. So I've got my Liquitex acrylic ink that I used to use in my art journaling, and I've just replenished some colours as well, so we've got a nice mixture today. So we've got carbon black, and we've got iridescent rich bronze, which is, look at that, lovely. And then we have turquoise deep, lovely, and transparent raw umber, red oxide, look at that, needs a bit of a shaky shake. And then we've got transparent burnt umber. So raw umber and burnt umber, they are different. And then we've got transparent raw sienna. Look at that colour. Oh, it's delicious. And then we've got oxide yellow. Again, needs a mixing up. Then we have transparent burnt sienna. Look at that. And neutral grey 5. And then quinacridone nickel azo gold. You will get this. I know when I used this in one of my other videos, a lot of you said that you can't get it anymore and you have to get the other one. No, you don't. The other one's not the same as this. The other one is a natural gold. Like, you can tell it's gold, whereas this is just like, well, look, it's not gold. But all you put in is nickel gold, I'm pretty sure. But I will confirm that in the description because it was a while ago and I can't remember. But I know they're not doing the quinacridone anymore. So, but they have matched it. They have said that they've matched it to as close. Hold on, I'll tell you because I have my big bottle. Right, so it's just Azo Gold. That's what it's called now, Azo Gold. So don't do the nickel gold because the nickel gold is just, it's just like, I'm just going to get an embossing powder. It's this gold, the nickel gold. So it is completely different. So yeah, just put in Azo Gold and you should get the right one because the effects are so cool. So, oh, sorry about that. Let me move those over. And then the star of the show, ta-da, Mr. Baking Tray. Let me move him over so he's in the middle. Mr. Baking Tray. This is what I like to do my dyeing in because it fits the A4 with a little bit of room and it's nice and deep. I'd say it's about 2 inches deep, which suits me perfect because sometimes with the amount of water that we're going to use, I like to keep the water and then just dunk the papers in the water and probably do a couple more droplets of ink. So you can do this with distress stain, but I get some good results with distress spray, but I do prefer to do the dab squish with a bit of acetate or with your acrylic block or something like that, or just on your glass mat and then put the paper down. That's what I prefer to do with the distress oxides and stains. But it's entirely up to you. You can do what you want. I also have this. While I was replenishing my inks, I got the Sepia by Dale Rowney as well. So we'll have a look and see what that's like. So first off, let's prep our hands. I always get paranoid that there's going to be spiders in these gloves. Right, so first off what we're going to do is we're just going to start off with the, I want to see the effects that we get with the matte photo paper. So I'm just going to stick it in. And I'm literally going to saturate it, both sides. And then I think I want a little bit of the grey. So I'm just going to take, oh, look at that. It's so cool. I used to do this with my art journaling. So much fun. Right, and now we're going to go in with, no, I want to go in with the Oxide Jleeloo. And we're going to put the droplets on first. And now I'm going in with the burnt sienna. And now the transparent raw umber. And you don't have to use Liquitex. You can use any acrylic inks you like. Now, I'm just going to spray it again. And what you can do is just move it round if you want. Like the grey might need a little bit of help smooshing. I've also got a big roll of kitchen paper here as well. I mean, just that, it just looks so cool. Let's help that. And then I'm going to get just a normal piece of copy paper and I'm just going to put that on top. Smoosh it down. What we're trying to get is, that makes my, look, can you see that? When I tighten it, it squirts out water. We're trying to get like a kind of a liquid, you know, like when you've got coffee, you do coffee dyeing or tea dyeing, you kind of fill up the bowl and then you just put the stuff in. Very similar, but not. Right, I'm going to go in with some of the rich bronze because I'm intrigued. Now let's go in with some of the red oxide. Oh, well, that come out a bit fast, but that's fine. And maybe some more of the transparent burnt umber. What else do we want? Let's try the transparent raw sienna. Put a bit there. And then I'm going to give it that must have been what was blocking that pipette. Now on some of these I do want to do, but I'm not going to go mad because black is, whew, a droplet there, maybe there, and then let's have a spray. See what I mean? Whew. Right, let's just, right. Oh no, we don't want stream, we want the spray. Right, let's see what effects we get with that. So I am going to put in another piece of matte photo paper. Again, smoosh it down. Right, so now we know that spraying causes the black to spray all over the place. So, no to the black. No to the black. Right, so what was it that we used? Wasn't this one, because this one's not been shaken. So this is the transparent burnt umber. And again, in fact, it might be a good idea to use this. Yeah, so come in with your, mind you, I do like, look at this. I do like that. I do. And then we're going to come in with another piece of paper. So this is brilliant for saturating. I mean, it was only a cheap thing from the pound shop. So yeah, but if you want to move the colours around, use your direct sprayer because that's good. Right, so I don't want to do any blue yet, but I am going to put on a little bit of the Azo Gold because this is just, come on, get off of there, you. That's better. This is just grunge. One drop. Come on. Come on. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, this stuff is just insane. Oh, I just love it. And you don't have to, like I said, you don't have to do this with inks. Try it with anything, any kind of paints. Let's just put a bit of... Oh, that's just delicious. Look at that colour. And then mix in some of the darker water that's round it. Because don't forget, we've been saturating. Oh, that's delicious. Right, and now I'm going to put... How many sheets are here? Just the one. I'm going to put another sheet on top. And we'll do this one. And then... we'll take them out and dry them. And we'll do the smoosh. So I think we're going to go... Oh, spray it, Tone. Spray it. Oh, get that out. And then I'll show you what I mean by the smooshing. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Delicious. Just absolutely delicious. And do you know what? I think we're going to leave that one like that. But I don't want to waste that. Right, this is the last one. This is the last one. And then we'll do the drying. Oh, look at the colours in that. Oh my goodness. Let's do some grey. And then let's do a little bit of yellow oxide as well. Just a teeny weeny little bit. Put a bit over it as well. And then oh, I love it. I do love it. Right, I know I'm getting another piece, but we're not going to do this one. So we're just going to lay this one on top. And now I'm going to move all my bits out the way. And I'm going to get my scraps for the smooshing bit. So I'm going to leave this for about... Well, you can literally leave it for as long as you want. You know, half an hour, all day. I mean, sometimes I've left mine for a whole week and it's dried itself because the water's evaporated. And it still comes out really cool. Obviously, the longer you leave it, the more intense the colour's going to be. So I'm going to put this aside. And then I'm going to get the bits of paper that I'm going to use for the smooshing. Right, so we're all prepared. I have got my heat tool here already, because this is how I dry my papers. You can put them in the oven, you can air dry them, you can do them however you want to do them. I'm impatient, so I use my heat tool. Oh, that's apparently on, but the plug wasn't. That was a little bit... But what we're going to do is... I have left them for about 5-10 minutes because I don't want these to be too... Is that the top one? It feels like there's two there. Right, so I'm just going to lay it down on my glass mat. Look at that. Look at that. And then, because it's wet, because it's been in the ink solution, I'm going to get a strip and... Look at that. Just smoosh. And look at that. Look at that round there. So then I lay those aside. And you've also helped to take off some of the... I mean, look. And when that dries, oh, they are just epic. Right, so I'm going to go and dry this and then I'll be back. I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at that. The effects that you get. I mean, look at this. Just how cool is that? And this is the mop-up. I mean, just from a bit of scrap paper. I just, love them. Love, love, love them. Right, so I am going to wipe down. Not that it matters. But I am going to wipe down. And then let's get out the other one. If you're struggling to get the papers out, use your tweezers. And then, oh my goodness. No way. Right, I don't let it drip. Look at that. Let's just smooth that out. I mean, look at that. Right, again, let's get, and then just, I mean, this cardstock's not even straight, but do you know what? I don't care. And then let's just mop up as much as we can. And then look at that. Just from mopping up the excess stuff that's on there. Oh, it's just incredible. But look at that. I mean, look at this grunge round here. Oh, they're so good. And you can always go in afterwards with a bit of spray, a bit of vintage photo on your mat, and then a bit of water, dab dab if you want it a little bit darker. But oh, it's just so good. Right, I'm going to dry it and I'll be back. We're dry. Look at that. Subtle, but yet delicious. I mean, you don't even have to use strips if you don't want to. But look at this. Oh, look at that. And I will iron them. But, oh, it's just so cool. I will iron them. I do like them with a bit of grey on. I must admit, I do. Right, so I've got another piece of paper. So you kind of killing two birds with one stone. So you take out a sheet. This is the one that's got the Azo gold on. Look at that. Then take another sheet and just lay it. Come on. And like I said, because it's a secondary, it's going to be subtle. But look at that. Look at that. You could always push down a little bit harder. But look. Oh, it's delicious. Right, give this a dry. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. But look at all the speckling. Look. Isn't it just delicious? I mean, oh, look. Oh, and this is the mop-up. And, to be honest with you, sometimes you want a bit of grunge, but you don't want it to be, like, overpowering like this. So this is perfect. I mean, look at this. Look at this little bit here. Ah, it's just, I just love it. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rest of these papers out. I'm going to dry them, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the liquid that's left over, because we're not wasting anything. I've got to show you this one because this is the matte photo paper. Look at that shimmer. Can you see that shimmer? I can't tell it. Can you see that? But look at the grunge on it. And all the speckles from the bronze. Oh, it's just delicious. But how gorgeous is that side? Wait. Look at that. Look round here. Look. It's delicious. Oh my goodness. So if you don't want dark and moody, go with just grunge. Just grunge. But, oh, see, that's going to be a struggle. I like this side, but that's going to be a struggle. Look at the splatters, look. Oh, it's just so delicious. Right, I'm going to carry on and then I'll be back. Right, so while they're sitting off to the side, we've got a bit in here, but we haven't got a lot, look. So the paper really used it up. So I think what we're going to do is just... add some, let's move that around that way, that's it. Add some water to it, and then I think some of the raw sienna, and I don't think I'm going to do any of the, oh god, let's do a little bit of black. Just a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do any of the, you know, the red oxide, or I think it's the burnt sienna, because I don't mind the red, but I do find it a little bit overpowering. Right, just giving that a little bit of a mixy mix. And then we're going to get, let's try a piece of our ledger paper. This is where we, oh my goodness, look at that. Now, I mean, I love a bit of grunge, but even I think that's a little bit too much. So just spray it. There we go. And then we could just fold it over and get off. And look at that. And then if you want this little bit here as well, just a little bit of a dab. You can soak some of it off. And then look at that. A grungy bit of ledger. Oh, delicious. Right, so I'm just going to lay that down on my mat for a minute, because I also want to try something else. So I have this florist fabric, and I just want to see if it will dye, because if it does, awesome. Because what we could do, right, I want a sheet of paper, but I've got I've got inky fingers. Right, so let's just run that over there, because we don't want to lose that. Put that over the top of that, and then I want to lay this down on there, and we could put, oh, let's get a bit of school book, because that's about the right size, over the top like that. And then we've also got some lace. I don't want to use all this because some of this I want to keep. So I'm just going to cut a smidgen off. Just like that, and then wring it out, and then look at that, that's so crunchy. And again, we're going to lay it over the paper and just push it down like that. Right, so let's put some book paper in. Delicious. Lay that over the top. I'm just laying it to the side here. What else have we got? Let's do a bit of invoice paper, because we don't want to waste anything. I want to get up as much of this deliciousness as possible. So again, I'm just laying that down there. And I'll be real careful with this stuff because, man, it's delicate. Right, what else have we got? Oh, we've got some different textured book paper. I wonder how this would soak it up. Oh, that's a bit dark. I do want to put a little bit of the yellow oxide just to sort of just swirl it round like that. I don't know why it's all congregating over this side. It must be, my mat must be off. So I think what I'm going to do is just going to, there we go, that makes it even. Right, music paper. Yes, please. So first I just want to, in the middle there, and then a little bit, oh no, do you know what? Let's try the sepia. I don't know what this one's going to be like. So it's basically the same as what we was doing before, but we're not stacking. And we're not really, oh hello, oh hello. We're not really adding, I mean, we did just then, but we're not adding nowhere near as much as we did before. Right, let's give a go. Let's put those just up there. I want to give these envelopes a go and see how these go, because I'm really intrigued. Oh, yes. Look at that. Let's do the other side as well. So before we was rudely interrupted by a celly. They annoy me so much. Just leave me alone. I don't want to buy anything. I don't want new broadband. I did all these bits as well. I did the time cards and mopped up the rest of it as well. Which, yeah, I'm so annoyed that it cut off. So inconsiderate. Who calls you on a Sunday? Who does that? I mean, I know this isn't going up on Sunday, but I'm filming this on Sunday. Anyway, breathe. Woosah. So, as I was saying, I'm going to dry these off. Then I'm going to iron them. And then we'll come back and we'll go through all the goodies that we've got. And we're done. They do need to be pressed. So, I am going to put them under my big encyclopedia. And I have... Let me just quickly wipe my table down because I don't want to get any more paint on there. Okay, some of it leaked. Perfect. And here they all are. Ta-da! The time cards look so cool. I love them. So even the white ones, I love them. I mean, these ones look really cool. Really, really cool. But these ones, look at these. Look at those. Do you know what they look like? They literally look like someone's dropped them in a puddle. And I love that look. I think that look is so cool. And then this is the bit of book paper. And where the pages around the edge are dyed red, it's bled into the water solution, which is so cool. And then we've got the invoice papers. And this one picked up some of the pattern from the lace just because I laid it on top of it. How cool is that? And again, on the back side. And look at this. Look at this grunge. Oh, I just love it. And this one picked up, so, you know the netting around the top of the lace? This one, look at that. How cool is that? I love it. And then we've got a couple of the exercise papers again. Look, I mean, look at that one. I'm sorry, but come on now. Oh, look. It's just... And this was the back of that. I mean, and it did dye. Look at that. Can't wait to play with that. That was the back of that. But again, because this was on top of the lace, look, we've got the netting and then a little bit of the outline of the lace as well. But look at the netting. Now, I know... Do you remember in my haul video when I brought that plastic netting and I said it doesn't rip, I didn't know what to do with it, it's going to be like a really good sort of like texture, just cut it up into small pieces. But now I'm thinking, no, layer it between your dyed papers. I know lots of people, I mean, look, I know lots of people do this with lace. Look at this. But, oh, I mean, oh, it's just awesome. And then look at this. I mean, oh, just look. And then we have the envelope. The envelope is so cool. So cool. It is a really good texture to grunge. So let's just move these out of the way. And then we have the music paper, which, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I might go over it with a bit of vintage photo. That's what I might go over it with. And then is that, no, so these are the first papers that we did, but this is the layered. And look at these. And they're double-sided. This one. I can't go over this one. I mean, just how grungy is that? This is the one that we laid on top. So this is the mop up. And it's still got a bit of grunge on it. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but look at that there. And then round here and all down the sides. It still has got a bit of grunge on it. So it would be perfect if you wanted something just a little bit more neutral. And then we have this one. And that just looks like a stormy sky. And that's the back. And look at the grunge round here. And this is the matte photo paper. And I am not surprised that we have got colours in this that we didn't use. So, yeah. But, I mean, look at that. Look at that round there. And you think as a whole sheet, you'd be like, it looks like a right mess. And, get off. And you're right, it does. But when you're thinking that you are probably only going to use that much of it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Or that. Or that. It just takes on a whole new meaning. It's the same as this one. You're probably only going to use that much. Perfect. Oh, we've got a sneaky little bit of book paper in. I think this was a mop-up as well. Yeah, it is, because it's only one side. But look how grungy that is. So cool. And then we've got this one. I just love it. And then we've got that on the back. And look at this. It's delicious. And then we've got this one. Well, let me show you this one first. This was the first one that I took out. I love this one with the grey. Ah, this was the first one that the last one we did, but the first one we took out. I mean, just look. It's just delicious, look. Oh, I love it. And this was the very first one that we put in. And that, I mean, that in itself is cool. Look at all this round here. But then, because it was flat on the baking dish, look at that. Look at this. How absolutely delicious is that? I mean, that just literally looks like you've left something there on top of it for years, like a book or something for years and years and years. And this is all sort of like aged and weathered. And then this is aged and weathered. And somebody removed the book to leave in this. Delicious. So they're the pages. And now we have the mop-ups. I mean, just look how many we've got. And these are perfect for labels and tags or even just clusters. Look at that. I just love it. Just for the sake of, I mean, look at that. I mean, you know, you probably would have got a kitchen paper and dabbed over the top and wasted all that ink. So get your scraps. I mean, you could even go over, because it's acrylic ink, you could go over with less loved scrapbook paper if you wanted to. It would still change it and cover it, and then more likely for you that you would want to use it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Just that. Honestly. If you are a grungette like moi, really, I would do this. I would so do this. It's just so cool. So, so cool. I mean, look at that. I know some of you might look at it and go, yeah, it just looks like a mess to me. And I totally get that. I totally get that. That's one of the beautiful things about crafting is everybody's different. And that's where all the inspiration comes from, because everybody's got different ideas. Everybody's got different creativity. Everybody's got different genres and different styles. And that is where, you know, you watch somebody that, so like me, for instance, if I watch somebody that's not particularly into grunge and loves doing floral, I can still be inspired, but interpret it into grunge and distress and how I do it. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to use the colours that I was using. You could use pinks and purples and yellows and peaches and stuff like that to get like really cool colours if you're not into like the dark dirty puddle grunge. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's just something a little bit less, but still has a bit of grunge on it. You know, if you want the backing of a belly band that you want to put something on, like, right, here we go. So let's say this is a belly band. So I made these the other day, and you think, oh, I've got my little butterfly cluster. What do I do with it? Oh, I need a belly band. And obviously you trim it down. Let me find one that's probably a better size. And there you go. Just stick that on. It's already dyed for you. It's already matching. Already perfect. Absolutely love it. Or, see this? This backing is the braille paper. I did exactly the same. I used it for mopping up. And then, I mean, look, you could even put a bit on there like that. And then you've got another layer to your cluster. It's just, oh, I mean, I made this as well out of Margreth's, little Margreth's Digital Antique Entomology. And then look at that on there. How cool is that? So these are just absolutely perfect. Put them in your stash, and you know, when you need a tag, or I mean, come on. Oh, shark horror. Tony's got her tab punch out. Yes, I have. There's not going to be a video that goes by without me using my tab punch. Let me tell you. Right, so, and then we've got, this is out of my librarian stamp set. So it goes up this way. And then I'm just going to, let's fold it over. And you can just sit here and make a load of these. Like that. Turn it over. And then I'm just going to put one smack bang in the middle. And then you've got a tab literally ready to go, ready to be decorated. I mean, straight away, how cool is that? But go around the edge. Perfect. Grungy tab, ready to go, ready to be decorated or ready to be put on a project. And that's, you know, look at the texture on that. How cool is that? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Ah, avalanche. I absolutely love it. Just for the sake of, I mean, those were literally just made out of the ones that I used to mop up. Let me show you the bit of lace. Look at the bit of lace. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful colour? Just absolutely stunning. And look at that, look. So you can take some of it. Look at the, can you see the difference? Because I just wiped it and took some of it off. Oh, so cool. So cool. Mop that up. Also going to have ink. So if you do give this a go, don't forget to tag me in my socials. The socials will be at the end of the video or in the description box. I mean, look what we've got. And I don't even think this video is going to be that long. I'm not going to lie. Look how many papers we've got. A whole stack of really cool papers. I might pick my favourite ones out and scan them and put them on my Kofi is what I might do, because, yeah. Well, then I can use them. I can just keep printing them off and printing them off and printing them off. And so can you as well, because they are so cool. Like, not the time cards or anything that's got writing on or anything, but these ones, definitely 100% that one and that one. I mean, straight away, don't they just go so well together? And then not that one. That one. I definitely think the mop-up one, because just for neutral reasons, that one and that one, and oh, I think that one as well. So yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grungy pages. How cool are they? So cool. But then you could always so yeah, so I'm going to keep these aside, because these are the ones that I'm going to scan in and put on my Kofi. It will probably be towards the end of the week that I'm going to scan them in, because I'm not going to be able to scan them this side of Thursday. So look at all them. Give it a go. Have loads of fun. You don't have to grunge. You can do it pastel-y colours. You can do it any way you want. But it is so much fun. And it's just so easy to do as well. And so therapeutic. You think, just chuck anything in there. Absolutely anything. And you could even just, like I said, leave them in there. Put lace in between them. And let the lace literally bleed between the papers. Which is just so cool. So thank you everybody for being here. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And I will see you next time. Happy crafting everybody, and take care. Bye.